Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell, also known as the Metaverse Goddess, Technicole. The metaverse represents a new era of digital transformation, where we can augment our creativity and experience a whole new level of immutability. Join us as we explore and delve deeper into this exciting new digital realm. From process automation for your digital transformation to the latest advancements in AI and RPA, blockchain and Web3, as well as innovative ways to experience AR, VR, XR, and more. We will discuss the latest trends and insights on how to navigate the metaverse, catch up with the news, and unpack issues that nobody else is talking about. It's time for your Meta Mind Shift. Let's discover the metaverse together. Visit our website at metamindshift.com to learn more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then share with a friend.
Hey, welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show. I'm your host. My name is Nicole Maxwell, and I'm really happy to have y'all in the building. We got some new stuff going on here today. I have a new announcer. I created him myself. I'm very proud of him. He's very cute. But if you missed it, today's show is going to be all about augmenting your creativity, as well as we're going to talk about AI disease. Or is that AI dis-ease? I think it's going to be AI dis-ease that some of us have, even I've had, and we're going to talk about that. So stay tapped in. I'm going to show you how to create your own avatar. And if that's too much for you, then you probably need to take my course or set up some consultations with me so you can be technically savvy too. My name is Nicole Maxwell, and I am very happy to have everyone here with us today as we take these steps into the metaverse, towards the creation of the metaverse. So let's stop for a second and talk about what the show is and how we are going to proceed. Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show. We're riding the wave of the digital revolution, and we're exploring the cutting edge of the metaverse. Have you seen the metaverse? Have you heard about the metaverse? Have you been in a metaverse? Because you haven't been in the metaverse because it doesn't exist. I'm Nicole Maxwell. I'm the metaverse goddess, and they call me technical. I'm here to take you through that journey, this exciting journey, this transformational journey of digital transformation as we head into the metaverse. As we step into this new era of technology, we have the power to augment our creativity. Are you augmenting your creativity? Are you? I am. And we're going to be experiencing a whole new level of immutability. Immutability is that power that's granted to us by the use of blockchain technology. But with that comes responsibility. We have a responsibility to shape the future of the metaverse and to just not be eternal consumers of it. And I'm here to tell you what, if we don't get this right, we are going to be just that, eternally consumed by everything that the future has to offer us, being willing participants and being contributors to the space. We are going to be consumed very much like we are right now. And that's why we're going to be diving into topics like Web3, decentralization, robotic process automation or RPAs, and more, so that you can understand how we can leverage these tools that we have to build a better future. From the latest in advancements of AI to the most innovative ways to experience VR and AR, we're going to explore it all and show you how to take control of your destiny. Every week, you can join me on this exciting journey of discovery as we unlock the true potential of the metaverse and create a brighter future for us all. Now let's go. It's time for your meta mind shift. Thank you guys for being here. Today we're going to be talking about AI disease. AI dis-ease. When you look at that word and you break it up, disease is dis-ease. You have a dis-ease with some of this AI right now. We're seeing all sorts of amazing AI products come out, and it's happening fast. And you know what? I'm here to tell you that is okay. It is fine for you to have a little bit of disease and angst when it comes to this new technology. That's not really that new because it's been around since the 50s, but it is becoming mainstream. It is becoming something that common people are talking about. Oh, I use ChatGPT to help me get, more money in my tax returns, or oh, I use ChatGPT to help me study for such and such test. And people are using ChatGPT for things like proposals. But you know what? ChatGPT isn't AI. It's not the AI, just like Facebook is creating a metaverse. ChatGPT is an AI tool. It is an AI language model, large language model. There are many large language natural language processing models that are out there, a lot. GPT is something that, first of all, isn't new, because if y'all know me and you've been hanging around with me for a while, then you know that in our Discord, I put in a bot. That bot's name was Friday. And Friday was programmed, and I used to say this, Friday is programmed with the internet. And Friday was built on GPT-3 technology. That was 2 years ago. So y'all, this is the evolution. We are a part of that evolution now. It's becoming something that you can reach out and touch. And that is what makes this exciting. And so I understand that an AI dis-ease might be happening and you might not understand too much about what's happening, but I encourage everybody to dive in, because the last thing you want to do right now is not participate, to just brush it off as if it's not going to be anything that disrupts you, your family, your jobs, because it's going to. It is changing everything. And I'm not saying that to cause fear, harm, or anything else. I'm saying that because right now it's a part of this metaverse that we're building out. But just like in the metaverse, There are people who want to do good things with AI, and there are people who want to do selfish and greedy things with AI. And so it's important that we tap in and we make sure that AI is clean, that the data represents us as a people. We tap in and we make sure that at the table when AI training is happening, that there are a diverse group of folks there kind of scrubbing that data and being present to oversee it, and taking a second glance at some of the outcomes of those training sets and data sets that are being fed to it. We have a responsibility to build and to use and to make sure that people understand what they're doing and what they can do, and to spread that through our communities so that our communities are not left behind. That is one of the most important things, is making sure that our communities aren't left behind. I don't care what community you're a part of right now. That community doesn't need to be left behind when it comes to this technology. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some really cool technologies that I got my hands on this week and had some time to enjoy. So first of all, let me say this. So we have this camera is doing some stuff today. We have a lot of great tools that are out there. And these tools, some of them are new. Yeah, some of them are built around ChatGPT. There's a lot of plugins coming that are built around ChatGPT from OpenAI. But there's a lot of actual tools that are out here that people have been building and utilizing for a very long time, or maybe even a very short time, but they're out here and they exist, right? And so they existed before the hype, right? Just like me, I existed before the hype of the metaverse. So when we're talking about those hype trains, you may want to look at the establishment date of some of these products that you're using, so that you can make sure that the products that you're using are kind of vetted a little bit, you know, or, just make sure that you're the person who wants to be doing some vetting of products, right? Uh, you also want to make sure that you understand how it's supposed to be used or how it can be used. Now, that's not to say that, certain folks can't go in and break some tools on purpose with intention, and like that was the whole goal. Like, we got a whole set of hackers that do things like that ethically. But if you're just a regular person and you're tapping into these technologies for the first time, you may want to get with somebody to help you understand what it's doing, how it can benefit you, and how you can take advantage of it inside of your business. And so you're watching my show. And so today, that person is me. Um, selfishly, I always say that, I definitely want to help whomever I can understand some of these technologies and how they can benefit from them. And I jumped down a rabbit hole, y'all. I jump down rabbit holes all the time, but this time I was like, you know what? I was on the chat GPT. I was ahead of that curve. I was there when, Bard released, like, that's cool. But the apps and stuff that have released, as outcomes of those two big projects coming out, like, I have not tapped in as much as I'd like to, because I've been working on stuff. So I tapped in this week and I made my own Techniverse technical clone for ChatGPT. And if I can pull it up here, I'll show it to you soon. But yeah, so that happened this week. It's not done, but it's really close. And then we also have some really cool things like the intro that I did this week. And so the intro is what we're going to do today. So we're not doing news. We're not going to go through any of that stuff today. Today is a show that's dedicated to diving in. So we're diving into what these different technologies are and what we can do with them. So before we get too far into some stuff, I am going to say that there were technologies that I could not take advantage of in this particular project, just because I couldn't get them to work the way I wanted to with what I was doing. But let's look at this one more time. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I want you to see what we're about to create, or something similar to it. So I'm not going to recreate what I created, because that's, disingenuous. What I am going to do is show you how to use some of the tools that I mentioned in my blog post. So I'm going to put that blog post up here too, so that you can see what I did and what we're about to do. Okay, so get your computers out, get your laptops and tablets and all that stuff. Get them ready because we got some stuff that we're gonna go through. So check this out one more time. I'm only gonna play like 5-10 seconds of it, but this is what we're about to do.
Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell, also known as the Metaverse Goddess, Technicole. The metaverse
Okay, so if you saw that, then you saw what I did. So I took a bunch of different AI technologies and looped them together, and that is actually an AI. That's an avatar that was created with AI. It's a voice that is created with AI. It is a there is the text prompts that are, or not text prompts, but the on-screen transcription that is AI. And then there's also music, but I wasn't able to incorporate the music because, well, I think it actually is in there. It's at the end, but it's not the music that I wanted to be there because I couldn't overlay it the way I wanted to. It's taking too much time. So that's what we're going to do today. So be sure that you, one, like and subscribe this video, and then two, I want you to make sure that you keep track of this videos because you're probably going to want to go back and step through it on your own. We only have an hour here, so I'm going to try to pack as much as possible into this hour, and hopefully we can get the new one up and running by then. But I don't know because I haven't done it under a time constraint before. So we're going to see how long that actually takes. But I do have some of the pieces already created. So I want to let you know to like I said, my article is going to be on Hashnode. So if you are out on Hashnode, you can go to technical. I think it's hashnode-technical, or hashnode/technical, hashnode.com/technical. And that is going to allow you to catch up with my blog. So make sure that you are following that. And then, okay, so it's technical.hashnode.dev. Oh, that was all sorts of wrong. So let's put the right blog up here. And so we're going to do the right blog, and the right blog is my blog, and this will be on my website soon. Like I've been saying this for like weeks. The website is being redesigned, so that's what we're going to be doing. So you're going to be able to catch up with me and the blog here at Hashnode. So Hashnode is an outstanding platform, and I will probably do some sort of something on why I switched from Mirror as my primary, and I definitely know that I switched from Medium as my primary, and I kind of switched over from Substack too because I like Hashnode. Hashnode is created for developers by developers for developers, and so it just feels better to me. But it's where all the techies hang out, and so the article is not published yet, though, so just be mindful of that. So anyway, so after the show, the article will be published, and you'll be able to go out there and check it out. And I am trying to get back to where I was. So what we're going to be doing today is a surprise for somebody who's here, but we're going to be creating an avatar, and we're going to make that avatar talk, and we are going to make that avatar have some things going on with it, just like I did for my new intro. Okay, so here we go. First things first. So I have a plan here, and I need to find it. Let me go to my dashboard. So first things first, we have the text. So I start with text because to me it was easier to start with what I wanted it to say so that I could visualize everything else. Your brain works different than mine. That's cool. Do you? But for me, I felt like it was really important for me to start with text. And so as I'm going through this, the article that I created for this is called the Creativity Stack. And so it helps you to understand that, hey, you know, as creators, you have a stack of tools that are available to you too, just like developers. Developers, just so you know, those of you guys who are not technical, when you're creating a new product, you have a stack of tools. Okay, so there's like the mean stack, or the MERN stack, or the LAMP stack. Like those are all stacks, and those are a set of technology that's commonly used amongst all different developers. And then sometimes, if you want to add some pizzazz and flair to something, like you can change it out. But when we are talking about creativity, it's like, do creatives really have a stack? And so I asked that question and answered that question in my article. And so, yes, we have stacks too. And so I put myself in both lanes. I am both creative and not creative. I'm both creative and technical. But the creativity stack is whatever you're using to accomplish, whatever your creative niche is. So if you are a musician, you might be using something like, what do musicians use? I personally use Beetoven. And so beetoven.ai is a place where you can go and find some various beats to put to, whatever tunes you have. I also use ChatGPT. You guys saw that here on the show. I've written several songs since then. Lots of them have to do with the metaverse. And then also, like, if you are a designer creative, like you're a graphic designer or you create worlds, you're a world builder, you're going to be using things like Blender, Unity, Unreal Engine. Like that's your stack, right? Like that's what you use. That's what you have in your toolkit or in your tool belt. For this, the creative tool belt, we're talking about AI. So how are we augmenting our creativity through artificial intelligence? Well, there's lots of different ways to do that. We talked about two of them. One is Bard, the other is ChatGPT. I'm going to run through these really, really quickly so that you know which ones we're going to be doing, so you can decide, for yourself whether or not that's for you or not. But really quick, so ChatGPT, Bard, and Rix. So those three, RIX, Rix is on Hashnode. It is Hashnode's answer to ChatGPT. It is built around ChatGPT, but it's for developers. So if you're a dev and you wish you had like really good capabilities for like a chatbot, that's what it's for. That is what Rix is for. Rix is absolutely amazing. And so, where a lot of devs, a lot of the complaints that we have about stuff with ChatGPT is, oh, well, it always gets my code wrong or it's not the right. Rix to me is a lot better, but I am by no means like a 10x developer either. So I'm not sure, when you get on that level, how helpful it is. But to me, Rix understands and absorbs it a little bit better. But yeah, let me show you. So let's just show and tell today. All right, so we're gonna get started with what we're doing. And yes, this is my screen. This is what my screens look like. So yeah, I always got a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so first of all, this is ChatGPT. If you haven't been out to ChatGPT, we are not discussing this today because everybody knows what this is by now. And if you don't, there are a billion different ways for you to discover that. Okay, so please search for it on YouTube. So we could type in a prompt here and it would give us a response. That's basically what it is. We also have Bard. Bard is the other answer to develop or to chat. So I could say, and this is what I am going to say. So tell me about the online dinner party by Mark Lee. Dinner party by, ooh, come on, Nicole. Online dinner party by Mark Lee. It's a podcast. I don't even have to say that because it knows I'm not going to say that, so you guys can see. So it's going to tell me about the online dinner party. And so it comes out and tells me all the stuff. Now, when you are reading this, you're going to think, hey, this is absolutely everything that's accurate, right? But I want you to take note of this little word up here at the top where it says experiment, okay? So unless I miss something, I don't think that Mark Cuban or John Legend or Shepard Fairley or Tara Price or Sean King or Nate Barlow have ever been on the online dinner party. Now, if they have, Mark can certainly say whether or not they have. But if they haven't, then you know that your AI is doing something. This is why you have to verify, right? Your AI is doing something called a hallucination. So that hallucination is where it presents something to you and just swears by it, like the God honest truth, right? So that's not truthful as far as I'm aware. But you could always go here and Google it. So that's the one thing that like I think is really cool about Bard. And this is again called Google Bard. Everybody except for business accounts apparently has access to Bard if you go to bard.google.com. That is the extent of today's lesson for Bard. I have a comparison that I did with Bard and ChatGPT. I'm gonna put it somewhere so y'all can see it when you're watching the replays. Now, Mark is here in the studio today, and he says they have not actually been on his show. And so he is calling Google right now to find out what is this hallucination all about. But most of the other stuff is actually true. So the online dinner party is a unique and engaging podcast that offers listeners a chance to hear from some of the most interesting people in the world. We're going to leave it at that. So that's the description that we're going to use to create what we're about to create. So that video that I told you we were going to do. And so then we have the next one. We're going to move on. So the next chatbot is Rix. Now, again, I told you, look over here at the upper left-hand corner. Rix is an AI-powered chatbot for developers. You notice this one's a little bit different. It's not set up in the same way that those two are. However, for developers, this makes total sense. Like you can come here and you can see which framework you're using or which language you're using, and it's going to help you. You're going to type in there, and it'll help you to code. So I can, and like I pushed up the code that I was working on because my stuff's private, but I was gonna say, like, I can ask it for this is what I'm gonna do really quickly. Tell me a for loop in JS. I should have said that differently, but that's what we're gonna do. So it understands me, it gets me. It's like my best friend, it gets me. So we're gonna copy that, and that is a way for you to get scripts. So if you don't know how to code, this may be a very cool way for you to learn. Okay, we're running through a lot of technology today, but it's going to be fun. Okay, all right, so next up we have, okay, so that's just the verifier, right? I didn't do anything specific with Rix. I just wanted to show you guys Rix because it's just another tool for your toolkit. All right, so next up we have Blue Willow. Blue Willow is available at bluewillow.ai, and that is actually available to everybody, and I highly recommend it. It is the answer to DALL-E 2. It's the answer to Midjourney and a lot of other things. There's so many different art generators out there. Again, I am somebody who's been using AI for the last, or at least 2 or 3 years, specifically with art, and before that with automation. But with Blue Willow, I actually really like Blue Willow, y'all. And the reason I like it is twofold. So first of all, it's simple. Like with a lot of these other ones, like people have really gotten into, oh, you have to design the proper prompt and coach it to tell you what you want it to say. Like it's natural language processing. So if I'm not naturally speaking to it, like I don't feel like we're doing something right. And that may just be me thinking about things backwards because I'm thinking about it on the other side. But I want to speak to AI regularly and have it understand me. So I send my feedback in that regard. So like I'm not out here prompting the heck out of these things. I'm not sitting down and making all of these like super long prompts typically. Now for what I needed to do before, I absolutely did. So let's be clear about that. So the project that I showed you that we're kind of replicating today, I did do it. I had a humongously long prompt, and if I can open up Discord, I'll even share that with you. So Blue Willow is available in Discord. And so for me, I have Blue Willow in my private Discord server, and that is where I keep all of my all of my stuff, like all of it. So I have a bunch of different bots in there, and I have a bunch of different different things that I do that are in that specific server. Whereas my other ones are public or for, my groups and my clubs and things like that. So if it comes up, great. If not, we're gonna move on. But Discord is where it's at too. If you need Discord training, you can reach out to me for that too. I've trained people for years on how to use Discord, and I am a beta user from like 8 years ago. So next up, the next tool. This is not a decentralized tool. This is not well, it's becoming an AI tool, but it's not an AI tool. But we all know and love it. That is Canva. Canva, Canva, Canva. If this is not in your toolkit, then you are missing out. You are totally missing the game, right? Like you need to have Canva in your toolkit or something similar to Canva. Like maybe you don't like Canva, maybe you want to do stuff that's like just different from everybody else. Okay, cool. But Canva is where it's at. You have the possibility of doing Magic Write, which lets you basically use the AI chat generators. You also have the ability to do, and I don't know if those are AI or not, but they're Magic Edit and Erase. And then you can also create specifically from images. So AI art generation, like you can do that there also. So I definitely highly recommend Canva, and we are definitely using Canva today. What are we doing in Canva, you may ask? Well, we are going to have we're going to have some fun here, and I'm going to complete something that I said that I was going to do a while ago. But we are going to basically create a talking otter for the online dinner party. And so eventually we are going to get to the place where it looks like this, and then that otter is going to speak. And that's what we're doing. And it's going to say, you ought to be there, because that's what it's going to say. But we're also going to be stepping through things. So I've already stepped you through ChatGPT, a little bit of Bard. We grabbed the description from there. And so I've held on to that. It's over there on the other screen. We just went through Blue Willow. Blue Willow is where I created this specific image. So not that one. This specific image over here. This is how it came out. I didn't adjust it or anything. That's exactly how it came out based on the prompt that I gave it, because I knew what I wanted. It gave me what I wanted. I selected this from like hundreds. So that is the one that we decided to go with. And then and so we're going to snazz this up a little bit, and then we're going to animate it, make it talk, and we're doing all that. We're going to put all the components into Canva and then turn it on, and hopefully by the end of the show you're going to be able to see that. And so that is why I'm talking so fast, so forgive me. This is on video, so make sure you go to the Meta Mindshift show, like and subscribe, and then go find the video and watch it. So you can pause and take a breath with me, or slow me down even, because you can do that in settings. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We are also, right now I'm going through the toolkit. So this is Canva. We have opened up a video presentation in Canva. So the design that I created was just a straight video. I didn't use a template. I'm not going to use a template. All I'm doing is straight up, I think it's 1080, what is it? It's 1820 by 1080. Yeah, 1920 by 1080. And so we're going to put that here, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so the next thing that's in our toolkit is DID. DID is DID, so digital identity. Okay, so digital identity. You can create talking digital humans at scale with AI. Okay, so I'm going to try this with an otter. I have not tried this before. We're doing this live. And so we're going to see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, cool. We did it, right? This is how I created my other, the new intro for the Meta Mindshift show. So you can check out that intro. You can go to, if you're already subscribed, which you should be if you're watching, you can go to Meta Mindshift and look at the first video that pops up, because that's going to be our new intro. And then if you are not subscribed, subscribe, and then you'll see that video first thing. Okay, so You can do this with me. That's why we're doing it, of course. Everything that I have showed you is free. So everything that we're doing and everything that I have showed you is free to use at least for a minute. This one, you're going to get 14 days of trial in 5 minutes. Okay. So you're going to be able to do some stuff with those 5 minutes that you never thought possible. I guarantee it. The next thing we're going to do, so that's DID. You can go through and look at all the pricing and look at all the little features you get, and then definitely come down here. I love the fact that this is here, but like they have like their actual ethics statement. So read that because you're going to see what we're going to do with this. And so there's a lot of ethical considerations that need to be taken when you're thinking about doing stuff like this. The next tool that we have is 11 Labs. And so I'm going to show you their pricing for this too. This is 11 Labs. 11 Labs has 3 tiers. One is free. You're a hobbyist. You get 10,000 characters a month. You can create 3 different voice slots. Okay, 3 different custom voices on here. We are going to create a custom voice for our otter. Our otter is going to have fun with us. This one is a starter package. It's $5 a month, and that's 22. Now, I want to give you guys some tips really quickly. I am not being paid by anybody to say anything, unfortunately. Like, let me clarify that. I should be getting paid by all y'all to say the stuff that I say, but I'm not. And so what is important about that is that I started out on free. So everything that I created for the show was free. And I almost hit my limit. And I had to think about that. Like, this is actually a tool that like I could see myself using on a monthly basis. The first month of this tool is like every month is $5. The first month is $1. So if you sign up, it's $1 to do that. Okay, and you get to hang out with the voice labs. You get 30,000 characters, so 3 times as many. Plus, you get the 10,000 that you started with. So I recommend using that 10,000 first and then upgrading. Okay, because otherwise, why are you upgrading if you're not going to use it? That kind of thing, right? Just do what makes logical sense for you. And then, of course, if you're going to use this even more, then go ahead and do that. All right, so we are just about. Woo, I got 20 minutes left. Okay, and then. Yeah, so what we did was create videos, right? So what I did with mine was upload the avatar that I created in Blue Willow to DID. This is the back end of DID, and this is the avatar that you guys saw when I created it for the show. Now, if we look at the library that I have, there were 2. So check this out. I'm going to share this with you now. And actually, I think I'm going to share my screen differently because I want to make sure you're hearing sound. Okay. So let's go to the video library here as a tab, share the audio. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the first one that I did.
Welcome to the MetaMind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell.
Okay, so not really feeling him. He wasn't my kind of guy. I'm not really feeling it. I don't like his voice, and he looks avatarish to me. I didn't really want him to look that way. So I started thinking like, okay, well, I'm going to do this. Like, let me do something that's a little bit more cool in me, right? So what would I do? And so I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, I know the voice I want. So that's where 11 Labs came in, was creating a voice, right? So you use 11 Labs to create a synthesized voice. And when you're over there, you can create, where's my stuff? Let me see if I can get to my history over there. So yeah. So here we go. I'm going to share this so you can see this. Like, this is my history. And I'm going to play this one so that you can hear it.
Welcome to the MetaMind Shift Show. Buckle up, here we go. Here's your host, Technicole. Nicole Maxwell is the metaverse goddess. She helps entrepreneurs and small businesses to be technically savvy.
and I still don't love the voice. It's like very, like, it's that default, right? Like everybody's using it. And then I was like, oh, well, shoot, if he can say that, then he can say some more stuff. So I put all that stuff in there and I used ChatGPT, Bard, and Rix to create what I wanted. And then I started playing with accents and stuff. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. We got accents. And so let's get.
Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell, also known as the Metaverse Goddess,
All right.
Technicole.
So
the metaverse represents a new era of digital transformation, where we can augment our creativity and experience a whole new level of immutability. Join us as we explore and delve deeper into this exciting new digital realm.
All right, so that one is the one that I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. So that's what you actually hear on the actual intro. Okay, so we're gonna put all this stuff together and I'm gonna try to get that otter the way that I want it, and we're gonna try to get it to make sure that it can talk by the end of today's show. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna start with Blue Willow. If you are, you can start where you want to, but for me, I started with the dialogue. What does the dialogue look like? And I created that little chunk. Okay, so for me, what we're doing is, imagine you could meet interesting people from the creative world, entrepreneurs, educators, and activists in a dinner party setting. That's what it's like. Online dinner party with Mark Lee. You ought to be there. Okay, so think about that otter saying that. So cool. I am going with middle-aged British. When you're doing this in the voice lab on 11 Labs, every time you do it, you are generating a new voice. So, and you're using credit. So be mindful of that. It doesn't matter if you downloaded it or not. Every time you do it, you're generating credit. So this is about 211 characters. And so I'm using that for my quota. Okay, so I am going to play the one that I generated last. So down here at the bottom, you see this where it says generated voice. Like I already had one. I did exactly this. So these are the settings, but I clicked it already. Right? So we're going to go and listen to that. This is the one I want. So think about the otter and think about how cool that is going to sound.
Imagine you could meet interesting people from the creative world, entrepreneurs, educators, and activists in a dinner party setting. That's what it's like. Online dinner party with Mark Lee. You ought to be there.
So we're going to program that into the otter. The otter's going to say it. Okay, so now I would just have to download this. And I think I already did it, but I'm going to do it again just so that I can be sure that this is the one that I'm doing. Yeah, I already did it. Okay, so now we come over to DID. So let me step back because I want to train you guys the right way. When you are here, let me copy this. Oops. When you are in 11 Labs, like you're going to go to speech synthesis. And if you're free, this is probably where you're going to start, right? And so you can come here and you're going to select your people. So you're going to select your settings. So you may have Adam. Adam is the first one that you're going to see. Like you will not see this generated MMS announcer. Like that's actually mine. But you're going to see pre-made Adam.
If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten.
Okay, and so
not what we have, but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance.
They're saying the defaults, right? So you can go through those. There's women's.
You cannot find yourself by going into the past. You can find yourself by coming into the present.
And they all say something so enlightening. It's so amazing. But you're going to be able to type in what you want and then generate, right? And then down here at the bottom, it'll have a play button. You can play it. And then down here over on the right-hand side, there is a download button. And it's an icon. Click that, download it, and then save it for the next step. Okay? Now, so at this point, we have the AI artwork, right? So we have the AI artwork. We have the voice. And then we also have the text, okay? So the text has been used to create the voice, what the voice is going to say. So the voice, that piece is already done. Those two pieces have already been put together. And then we're going to come over and we're going to manipulate our our otter. So I don't like this background on here. I do like it, like honestly I do, but not for what I'm about to do. So what I want to do is remove the background. If you are a Canva Pro subscriber, then you can edit your photo and remove the background. If you do not subscribe to Canva Pro, find a background editor, manipulate that file the way you want it to be done, and then bring it back in as an import upload. Okay, so I'm just going to do this really quick. This is how it works with Pro. Canva Pro, totally worth it. I don't know how it would work without Canva Pro. Now, I lost some of his whiskers and stuff, but that's cool because I'll be able to see them when I turn the background black. Right? Oop, I didn't do it, so that would be nice. Yeah, there. Okay, so I see my otter now. Now, I want my otter to be bigger just because, yeah, I want him bigger. Okay, so there's that. There's my otter. Whew. Okay, now I want to put the online dinner party logo here. And now we have what I wanted, right? Like, so that's here. You ought to be here. And then I'm going to download this. So I'm going to download this as a PNG file, just the first one, or just the second one. Okay. And so while that's downloading, we're going to go over to DID, and I'm going to show you around over there so that you see it. What happened to my thing? Okay, so in DID, am I sharing that? I am not. So in DID, you're going to come over and you'll probably be sitting here on this create video screen. You will not see my avatar here, but you will see all these defaults down here, right? So if one of these defaults is something that you're looking for, like it matches your needs for the day, then you're done, right? If you are somebody who wanted something very specific, then you need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. So I'm going to take this off screen really quickly and step you through what I did. All right. So in my world, when I said, hey, let's have an announcer, I said, hey, let's have an announcer. And I said, well, let me start typing stuff in to, at the time I was doing it directly in here, because you can create your own avatar. So like you can go here where it says generate AI presenter and you can start typing stuff. So they give you suggestions. Oh, wait, let me show you guys that. Sorry. So we're going to come back over here and act like I didn't do anything that I did. So you're here on this screen. And then you're going to go generate AI presenter over here on the right, down here in the middle. And you're going to click on this, and it's going to tell you like some prompts that you can give to it. Now, I told you already, I don't prompt like this. So I was using these to pull pieces of what I wanted, but I still wasn't getting the results I wanted. And I said, well, who says I have to use their prompt generator, which I don't like. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to say I want a fully dressed male warrior with chocolate skin, chocolate colored, chocolate toned skin, fierce, highly detailed, chiseled, I'm spelling that wrong. Chiseled. This is so embarrassing. Okay, chiseled chin. Let's do that. With a beard and a goatee. And then, like, I was literally doing this. So I was sitting here kind of tinkering with this, and I'm like, you know what? Why am I doing that? Because I don't know how to use their tool. Like, to me, it's not coming up with stuff that I actually liked. So I just took it offline and went to Blue Willow, made my own avatar, and then came back. And when I talked to Blue Willow, what I said was, Blue Willow, I want you to give, oh, well, I should have went with that. I said, Blue Willow, I want you to give me a image. I wanted you to create, so in Blue Willow, like the command is to imagine, right? And so in Blue Willow, I said, I want you to imagine Michael Ealy as a newscaster. We stepped through this you can see that, hey, wait a minute, Nicole, you're onto something there. My newscaster sort of, just a little bit, looks like Michael Ealy. So how did we get there? This is how we got there. So I'm gonna show you. All right, so step one, imagine Michael Ealy as a newscaster, right? That's our starting prompt, literally. And then you dream with Blue Willow. So in dreaming, Blue Willow came up with a whole bunch of different images for me. And eventually, maybe in about 15 minutes, I got there, right? Got to this one. But if you look at his head, his hair's cut off. Well, there is a really cool feature in a couple of different chatbots that is called, oh God, what is it called? Upscaling, not upscaling. It's oh my God, it's whatever, outpainting. Outpainting is what it's called. And so I clicked in Blue Willow, like I said, it's in Discord. So you click the up button, and in Blue Willow, the up button gave me the rest of his hairline. So like his hair is cut off in that picture. Like if you're looking dead center in the picture on screen right now, it took away the top of his head. Like it cut that off. I didn't want that. So outpainting allowed me to produce the rest of that top. Not only did it do that, it gave me options. So number 3 is get the options, right? So those options, there are 4 different options here that allows me to pick whichever one I wanted. I ended up picking the one in the lower right-hand corner, so the 4th one, and then that was the winner. So from there, it was like, oh, I still got this extra stuff on top. I don't really care, but I got his hairline, and that's all that mattered to me, right? Like I was like, yay. So, so the final step was to go in and do what I just said, which was to remove the background. So now we have the original over here that has been improved. It's given me the top of the head, and then I took the background off, and so that is what you end up seeing on screen. Okay, so let's go back to DID, and we're going to take away Michael Ealy. Bye, Michael. And he's not Michael Ealy in Meta Mind Shift world. He's Michael Ealy in real world. Because yeah, so we got some really good options here. And if I wanted to do one of these, I probably would do this one, or I could see a use case for this one too. This one's a little much, and then this one is distorted. So that always happens. You get something that's a little distorted. So anyway, not going to do that. The other thing you can do is come here and you can say, let's say that like you didn't know about 11 Labs. You didn't know you could go create voices. You can do that directly inside of DID. So you can come here and type in your words and it'll say like, yo, what's up? And then you're going to do that. And then you can say Jenny. And then like you can choose who you want to talk to you. So if you want Eric or Jacob or Jason or Roger, Tony, Brandon, let's go with Brandon. We're going to click on
Yo,
Brandon.
what's up?
So now you can hear Brandon. Brandon says, yo, what's up? But if I don't like Brandon, maybe I want to select Nancy.
Yo, what's up?
And so you go through and listen to whatever, piques your interest. Guys, we are heading to the point where this show normally stops. We got about 7 more minutes. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has to jump off at 7 o'clock. Thank you guys for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this session. We're going to keep going, and then we're going to finish this up. And then, so everybody watching on Roku and Hulu and wherever else it's posting out there in the mighty world of the internet, thank you guys for watching. If you're here with me on YouTube, on my Twitter, on my Twitch, we're going to stick around, okay? All right, so Nancy, so we're going to choose the style. So like the style, you can say that you want it to be terrified. So if I wanted to go back to Brandon and I wanted Brandon to be terrified, I could say,
Yo, what's up?
oh wait, I can't make him terrified. Why can I not make him terrified? Can I only make Nancy terrified? That's weird. Oh no, not that. We can only make Nancy terrified. That's weird. I can honestly say I don't think I saw this yesterday with terrified when I was doing this. So,
Yo, what's up?
oh, she does terrified. So Nancy does terrified very well. So you can play with those. If you just want to stick your words into there, then go ahead. You can certainly do that. I did not want to do that because I knew what I wanted, and I wanted my voice audio uploaded. So the first thing I'm going to do is create my actual avatar, like the one that I want. What's happening here? Oh, I'm going to choose a presenter, sorry. So I'm going to add my picture here that we just downloaded. And hopefully it comes out like that. I may have to change it to a 1080 by 1080. Yeah. So it wouldn't let me do that. And I hope that it's not going to say that it won't let me do the image at all, because I just realized that they specialize in human. So let me really quickly try to create a custom one, 1080 by 1080, so that it's square. We don't lose anything. I'm just gonna do this really quick. And I'm not sharing my screen for this because I have to go into my files and stuff. So deal with it for 5 seconds. Let's see, Mark. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna download that, and hopefully, if not, then we'll just do it with some British dude. But I really wanted to do the otter. I'm sad if I can't do the otter. There's other ways to do it, but this is the way that I have it set up for today. Okay, so let's see. Where is the ID? Great video. Let's see if I can get it in there. It let me do my logo, so I'm assuming it would. Oh no! Oh no! It won't let me do it. How sad. All right, that sucks. Okay, so we're gonna choose a regular old. You know what? No, we're gonna generate a presenter. Now it says no facial distortions, but there's clearly facial distortions over here. So we're gonna do a robot. Robotic otter. And see what happens. I told you I don't like doing the whole prompting thing. So see what comes out of this and see what happens. Maybe it lets us do it, maybe it doesn't. Like, it may let us do it because it's actually with their generator and not mine. I think that's unfortunate. That's a mess. No face. Oh wow! So their AI detection is on point. It's not letting us do that. So, by the way, I generated these 4 yesterday when I was trying to get my vision to happen before I switched to Michael Ealy. Yeah. Okay. So we can do. Let's do the brother. All right. So we're gonna upload the voice, and we're gonna upload the voice. And upload the voice that we grabbed from 11. All right, now.
Imagine you could meet interesting people from the creative world, entrepreneurs, educators, and activists in a dinner party setting. That's what it's like. Online dinner party with Mark Lee. You ought to be there.
Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go with generate video. So when I do this, it is going to animate him so that his words are coming out of his mouth. It makes it look like he's talking to the actual video. So here we go. Fingers crossed. And this takes a minute. I don't know how many minutes because this is really short in comparison to what I did yesterday. I did 1.5 minutes yesterday. This is significantly shorter. And so there, bam, it's done. Now, let's take a look and see what we got.
Imagine you could meet interesting people from the creative world, entrepreneurs, educators, and activists in a dinner party setting. That's what it's like. Online dinner party with Mark Lee. You ought to be there.
Would have been so cool with the otter. Okay, so we're gonna download that. And now my little schema over here is not the same, but we're gonna do some things. So we're gonna go back to Canva. And I am still going to be happy with the fact that I have an otter up there, and I don't know how I'm going to keep this otter in play, but this otter's going to stay here because that was the whole point, was to make sure that that otter was there. So we're going to do something with this otter. I'm going to share this tab in just a second as soon as I pull this back up. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we got this, we got that. Now on this one, I did go ahead and last time you saw it, it looked like this. This time I changed the background to a gradient, so it looks really, really pretty. It looks very, very cool. However, we're not gonna be able to do what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna have to do some things and move that over there. And then I am going to, I could have, that would have been funny. I could have done Mark Lee and put him in there and animated it, but that's kind of pointless because like he could have just recorded his own video and whatever. So I'm going to upload the one that I just did. And there we go. And we're gonna get you out of there so you can't see that. That's none of your business. Okay. All right, so now we got a video and it has this kind of like background on it. I won't say what kind of background it is, but it's not a background that like matches with what I'm doing. So in Canva, you have the ability, again, if you're using the Pro account, to remove the background of your video, or you can change the flavor of it. So if I want to change flavors, I could do that, but I don't because I don't want to change my guy. I just want to change the background. So I'm changing this and I'm going to remove the background. I don't know why we were doing a full-on tutorial and training session here today, but it's fun. So we're going to keep going. So this might take a second because it's going through each frame of the video and removing the background. And it does a great job at this, but it's slow. And it's actually 90%. So everything that I'm saying today is not true. When I did mine yesterday, it was super slow. So as we are doing this, 90%, it might get hung up there. We're going to keep going. So what I'm going to do is try to make this an interesting little doohickey here. I don't really know, like, because it's not what I wanted. So like my vision's all screwed up. But let's see. We can do something because he looks pretty with this in the background. We'll put that back there. We'll send that to the back. All right, so now we're just styling things up a little bit. And okay, so are you ready for the results here? So this is for Mr. Mark Lee. We have got the intro, which, by the way, the intro is supposed to be with the otter talking. So that was a snafu. Wasn't ready for that one, but again, we're live, so we're rolling with it. We're going to keep going. All right, so I am going to click play, and you're going to see what this looks like. And maybe I move him down here since he's not the dominant thing anymore. Push that to the back or something. It's very sad. Okay. Okay, here we go. 17 seconds.
Imagine you could meet interesting people from the creative world, entrepreneurs, educators, and activists in a dinner party setting. That's what it's like. Online dinner party with Mark Lee. You ought to be there.
All right, cool. So yeah, so that's how you do it. So this is not done. It is half baked at this point, but you get the idea. So you are able to augment your creativity with AI. And so I hope you guys learned something. I hope this was a good session for you. There are a bunch of videos out here on YouTube that are showing people how to do this. I did mine specifically for my intro, which we are going to watch one more time so you can see what I did. and where I got the inspiration for doing this. But you're going to be able, so we talked about the AI dis-ease at the beginning. And so, yeah, there's a lot of this stuff that like AI makes extremely possible, things that you probably couldn't have done before, or things that, you weren't thinking about before. But it's that last piece that you need to think about. What weren't you thinking about before that you can do now with AI? And so sometimes, like me, you didn't know that before until you got to this thing. Like now you know how to do that. And now it's an extra thing that you can put on your little to do, or I've done that list. Okay, so now if y'all want AI avatars created that talk and walk and look like you, reach out to me. This is Nicole, and we're going to go here one more time before we leave so y'all can see the final product of what I did. So we're going to step through it really quickly. So you start out with art. You dream of what you want, you create the art, and then you get an image that you want, and then you head over and you create some dialogue for it. Make sure that you clean up your backgrounds and whatnot, things like that. And then you use whatever tools are in your toolkit to create what you're about to create. So for us, we used ChatGPT, Bard, and Rix to develop our content. We use Blue Willow to create the imagery, and then we use Canva as our like landing pad for the video and everything else. And then so it basically pulled in all those things together. And then we used DID for the animation of the voice that we got from 11 Labs. So that is the toolkit for today. We might do this again, or maybe once a month or something like that. But that is your meta mind shift. So I hope that you were adequately shifted. We're going to take a look at my final products here one more time, and then we're going to head out. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to the EE Testing Center, to RTE and VR, and to Max Distro. We appreciate you, Technical Consulting, and Black Multiverse Enterprises, and the Black Women Metaverse.
Welcome to the Meta Mind Shift Show, where we embark on a journey into the metaverse with your guide, Nicole Maxwell, also known as the Metaverse Goddess, Technicole. The metaverse represents a new era of digital transformation, where we can augment our creativity and experience a whole new level of immutability. Join us as we explore and delve deeper into this exciting new digital realm. From process automation for your digital transformation to the latest advancements in AI and RPA, blockchain and Web3, as well as innovative ways to experience AR, VR, XR, and more. We will discuss the latest trends and insights on how to navigate the metaverse, catch up with the news, and unpack issues that nobody else is talking about. It's time for your meta mind shift. Let's discover the metaverse together. Visit our website at metamindshift.com to learn more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then share with a friend.